The moment had arrived, the kind of moment that makes the heart skip a beat, makes you question everything you thought you knew about tennis. Alexandra Eala, the pride of the Philippines, walked onto the Dubai duty-free center court, every fiber of her being focused, every eye in the arena fixed on her. Across the net, Hailey Baptiste, the American power hitter, exuded intensity, her fists clenching and unclenching as she prepared to unleash everything she had. And from the first serve, you could feel it. This wasn't going to be a routine match. This was a war disguised as a tennis match. But what unfolded would shock everyone. In less than 2 sets, the drama, the heartbreak, the genius of strategy would all collide in a way nobody expected. By the time the scoreboard stopped, Ella had won 6-4, 0-1, not because she crushed her opponent in a flurry of winners, but because fate, and the human body, intervened. The twist. Hailey Baptiste retired mid-match, leaving a gap in the narrative that only made the tension thicker. But let's rewind, because the story before the end was everything. The first set was a tactical masterpiece. Alexandra Alex, world number 40, didn't just play, she controlled. Every serve, every return, every slice was calculated. She wasn't the flashy, risk-taking player some expected, she was surgical. Her first serve landed an astonishing 77% of the time, an elite number at any level, but especially under the blinding lights and roaring crowd of Dubai. She was dictating terms from the first ball, forcing Baptiste to fight for every single point. And fight she did. Hailey struck back with raw power, slamming 2 aces past Ella, pushing every point to its limit. She saved 5 of 7 breakpoints, showing grit and resilience beyond her years. But every swing, every desperate lunging return, took a toll. Because while Ella was efficient, keeping her game short, smooth and precise, Baptiste was burning herself out in marathon service games, playing roughly twice as many points just to stay alive. You could see it in her movement, the slight wince after a sprint, the pause before a serve, the tension in her shoulders. The first set ended 6-4, but the numbers tell a story deeper than the scoreline. Ella won 41 points. Baptiste 39. Just 2 points separated the Warriors. 2 points. And yet, the narrative was already bending toward inevitability. The second set began, and for a fleeting heartbeat, hope flickered. Baptiste took the first game, fighting, clawing, a glimmer of resistance in her eyes. But then, a pause. A consultation with the trainer. A shake of the head. The crowd fell silent. And in that silence, the match ended. Retirement. Pain had won over persistence, and Alexandra Alex advanced. But this wasn't a simple victory. This was a chess match, a war of margins. Ella's 77% first serve, 70% of points won behind it, her 22 receiving points. These weren't just numbers, they were the invisible pressure slowly suffocating her opponent. Baptiste's game, explosive and fearless, carried her 5 points in a row at one point, showing her potential to dominate. But tennis isn't about streaks, it's about winning the right points, the moments that decide a set. And Alexandra Alex, calm, collected, relentless, won them all. Watching her move, you could see the strategy unfold. The lefty spin pulling Baptiste off the court, the deep returns pushing her to the corners, the angles forcing stretches that her body could no longer sustain. Every statistic, every calculated shot, was a story of preparation meeting execution. The first serve percentage, the break points, the points on return, they all painted the portrait of a player who was ready for the elite, who could withstand bursts of power and convert pressure into opportunity. And for Hailey Baptiste, the story was one of heartbreak, yes, but also of undeniable talent. A lucky loser who had already fought through qualifying, she had nothing to lose and played like a lion. She was right there, shoulder to shoulder with a top 50 player, winning nearly as many points, hitting aces, surviving break points. Her retirement at 0-1 in the second set didn't erase the courage she had shown, it just underscored the brutal physical demands of the tour. And so, Alexandra Alex moves forward. Fresh legs, mental toughness sharpened, eyes on the round of 32, and a path toward destiny that now glimmers with possibility. Every point she won, every tactical choice she made, was a step toward proving she belongs on this stage, not just as a participant, but as a contender. Dubai has witnessed a match that ended abruptly, but for those paying attention, it was far more than a scoreline. It was a lesson in precision, patience, and psychological warfare. And while Hailey Baptiste retreats to recover, to return stronger, The world now knows something important. Alexandra Alex is not here by chance. She is here to fight, to endure, and to conquer. The stage is set, the stakes higher than ever, and the next chapter is already breathing down the court. This is the story of less than 2 sets that said everything about the future of these 2 young stars. This is tennis at its most dramatic, its most human, and its most unforgettable. There's one more layer to this story that most casual fans might miss, but it's the heartbeat of what makes a match like this unforgettable. Alexandra Eala's mental game, the invisible force behind every calculated shot, was on full display. You could see it in her eyes, in the way she paced between points, in the subtle tightening of her grip before each serve. She wasn't just playing Hailey Baptiste, she was playing the moment, the pressure, the crowd, the expectations, and even the whispers of doubt that creep into every athlete's mind on a stage like Dubai. Every statistic we've dissected, the 77% first serve success, the 22 points won on return, the surgical breakpoint conversions, was more than a number. It was a testament to her preparation, her instinct, her ability to remain cool when chaos surrounds her. And the crowd. Filipino fans in the stands roared with every point, their energy pulsing through the arena, amplifying the stakes. Yet Ella remained composed, translating that roar into focus rather than distraction. Meanwhile, every step Hailey Baptiste took after that first set told a story of physical struggle. Her powerful baseline shots, her aces, her 5-point streak, these weren't signs of weakness. These were sparks of brilliance under duress. But tennis is unforgiving. The harder you swing, the more the body resists. The abrupt stop, the retirement, was heartbreaking, yes, but it also highlighted the extreme physical and mental demands these young athletes endure at the WTA 1000 level. Let's talk strategy for a moment. Alexandra Alex didn't just rely on raw skill, she relied on intelligence. The way she positioned herself, the depth of her returns, the subtle lefty spins that pushed Baptiste wide off the court, this is high-level chess disguised as tennis. Every forced error, every stretched shot, was designed to sap energy, to test limits, to create that small opening where victory could slip in. And that opening appeared just enough to carry Ella through the first set and establish control in the second. Meanwhile, Baptiste's efforts were heroic in isolation. She fought point after point, digging deep, trying to create opportunities. She did break serve once, showing her potential. But Ella's consistency, efficiency, and mental clarity ultimately overshadowed the bursts of power from her American counterpart. And here's the part that's critical. The math, the numbers behind the spectacle, tells a story of workload, endurance, and tactical genius. Ella served roughly 30 points and dominated her service games, while Baptiste slogged through nearly 50 points, her body bearing the brunt of every swing, every sprint, every desperate lunging return. That differential explains why retirement wasn't a choice, it was inevitability. Tennis isn't just about who can hit hardest or run fastest. It's about who can manage energy, stay sharp under pressure, and seize the pivotal moments. Alexandra Alex did all of that, and the result wasn't just a win, it was a statement. She's here, she's ready, and the WTA Tour better take notice. But let's not overlook Hailey Baptiste. Despite the outcome, she proved she belongs in these conversations. The lucky loser label doesn't define her. It's merely a footnote in a match that highlighted her raw talent, courage, and potential. She came close, she fought, she pushed a top 50 player to the brink, and that is a narrative worth celebrating. Looking forward, the implications for the Dubai Championships are enormous. Alexandra Alex advances to the round of 32 with minimal physical toll, giving her a crucial advantage in a grueling draw. She has momentum, confidence, and a blueprint for how to handle elite opponents. Every serve, every return, every tactical choice has set her up for the next round, and potentially a date with players like Jasmine Paolini or other top-tier competitors. This is more than just a match win, it's a stepping stone in her career trajectory, a demonstration of her readiness to take on the world stage. And for the fans watching around the globe, from Manila to New York, this match was a lesson in the subtle art of tennis. That brilliance often hides in precision, in patience, in the ability to convert pressure into points, rather than just hitting winners. Alexandra Alex has done exactly that. So, as we close this chapter of the Dubai Tennis Championships, remember this. The scoreboard may say 6-4, 0-1, but the story is richer, deeper, and more compelling. It's about human resilience, strategic mastery, the beauty of tactical efficiency against raw power, and the emotional highs and lows that make tennis such an intoxicating sport. Alexandra Alex moves forward, carrying not just a win, but proof that she can dominate under pressure. Hailey Baptiste retreats, not defeated, but momentarily sidelined, a player of immense talent ready to return and challenge the tour again. And for the viewers, this is your moment to engage. Who do you think will rise next? Can Ella maintain this level of dominance against the elite? Will Baptiste recover and shock the world in the upcoming tournaments? Share your thoughts in the comments, hit like if you felt the tension and drama, and stay tuned, because the 2026 Dubai Tennis Championships is far from over. Every point, every strategy, every mental battle is setting the stage for unforgettable moments ahead. Alexandra Alex has announced her arrival. The question now is, how far will she go? And how will the next chapter unfold for Hailey Baptiste? The answers are coming, one fierce match at a time.